Welcome to part 4 of Ricardos' travels in the northeastern United States. From the overnight base high up in the Four Points Hotel by Sheraton in Wakefield, a suburb of Boston, Massachusetts, it was into the city of Boston. The plan was to do a tour of some of the historical sites. For convenience, a taxi was hired both ways. The old State House was built in 1713. It was the seat of the Massachusetts General Court until 1798. The Ames Building stood as the tallest building in Boston from its completion in 1893 until 1915. It is considered to be Boston's first skyscraper. In 2020, the building was purchased by Suffolk University and converted into a residence hall. Captain Robert Keene, born in Windsor, England, 1595, was a devoted citizen of Boston from 1635 to his death in 1656. A liberal contributor for a town library, for the maintenance of a free schoolmaster, for introducing pure water to Boston, and for the foundation of Harvard College. He was founder of the first townhouse located where the old State House now stands. Outside the old State House is a cobblestone ring. It marks the site of the 5th of March 1770 civilian massacre. A group of 9 British soldiers shot 5 people out of a crowd of 300 or 400. The crowd were abusing them verbally and throwing various missiles. It became a precursor to the Revolutionary War. On July the 11th, 1976, as part of her Boston visit to celebrate the bicentenary of the United States of America, Queen Elizabeth II toured the old State House with her husband. She appeared on the historic balcony and delivered an address to a large audience. Boston City Hall is home to the Mayor and Boston City Council. Built in 1968, it is an example of brutalist architecture. Praised by some, condemned by others, its appearance does provoke a reaction. In Dock Square is the Samuel Adams statue. He was born in 1722 and died in 1803 and was an American statesman, political philosopher and a founding father of the United States. In colonial Massachusetts, he was a leader of the movement that became the American Revolution and one of the architects of the principles of American republicanism. The hall has been much altered and adapted since its origins in the 18th century and is one of 4 historic buildings in a festival marketplace. 3 historic granite buildings called North Market, Quincy Market and South Market are adjacent and to the east of the hall and operate as an indoor-outdoor mall and food eatery. Arnold Jacob Auerbach, 1917 to 2006, was an American professional basketball coach and executive, most notably with the Boston Celtics, hence this statue. nearly 3 centuries, the upper level of the hall has remained a site of meetings, protests and debate. Because revolutionary-era meetings took place so frequently at the hall, successive generations continued to gather at the hall in their own struggles over the meaning and legacy of American liberty. Next, it was a short walk to the Christopher Columbus Waterside Park. He had no connection with Boston, by the way. And then on to the harbour edge to Joe's Waterfront for some lunch. Opposite the restaurant is a memorial to 9 Massachusetts Marines who lost their lives while serving as peacekeepers in Beirut, Lebanon. Paul Revere was an American silversmith, engraver, early industrialist, Sons of Liberty member, and patriot and founding father of the United States. Old North's fame began on the evening of April the 18th, 1775, when the church sexton Robert Newman and vestryman Captain John Pulling Jr. climbed the steeple and held high 2 lanterns as a signal from Paul Revere that the British were marching to Lexington and Concord by sea across the Charles River and not by land. This momentous event ignited the American Revolution. Built in 1723, Christ Church, known to all as the Old North Church, is Boston's oldest surviving church building and most visited historical site. An Uber taxi picked us up at the Old North Church and transported us back to the 4 Points Hotel. After a rest, it was on to the Yard House Sports Bar in Linfield for an evening meal. The next day was a drive through Boston and on to 3 different locations that make up the Plymouth Patuxet Museums. The main site brings to life the history of the Plymouth Pilgrim Colony and the indigenous people that lived there when they arrived. Down in Plymouth, and still part of the museum, is Mayflower 2 and the Plymouth Grist Mill. House is a outer skin of bark. The Eel River. In the next video there will be more of the visit to the 3 museums. Look out for part 5.